2017 Expeditions and 0% financing. Plus our free lifetime powertrain warranty on all new vehicles and our exclusive low price guarantee on tires. Stop this search. Call Mike Birch, 912-449-4446 or MikeBirchFordBlackshear.com. 0% financing with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Butch Hubbard here with you on the Big Dog. Thursday morning is the sixth day of April. We are your Masters radio station here for Southeast Georgia. Tune in about 10 minutes to the top of the hour, the 15th break, somewhere in that area for a Masters update all during the Masters. And if you want to hear continuous coverage, tune to our AM station, Fox Sports Radio, 1370 AM The Buzz, WLOP, 1370 on your AM dial, Fox Sports Radio's all sports talk all the time. Well, today is going to be very breezy today. High today near 70, and the automotive levels at 6.2 feet and rising. It is now time for the world-famous Butch Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford and Black Cheer, by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, and by Republic Services. And speaking of Republic Services, Bob, we got a spokesman in the state for Republic.
Chip Lake, Public Relations Director with the Republic. Again, we've been in contact for many years, and I do appreciate you keeping me up to date. You called yesterday with this news. Press release says Broadhurst Landfill announces its latest good neighbor plans. You're withdrawing the permits. The announcement came from Drew Eisenhower, the area president, but you know more about it than we do, so just the floor is yours. Tell us how this came about, Chip.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Bob. And as you had mentioned, we made a public announcement yesterday around 4 o'clock that we are voluntarily pulling back 3 existing permits that we had with respect to an expanded rail facility out at Broadhurst. We had originally submitted an application to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in December of 2015. And then there were 2 permits that went along with that. One, I think, was a state water quality certification permit with Georgia EPD. And then there was another Georgia EPD permit that was pending to allow for a monofill for disposal of coal ash. And I can tell you we pulled back on all that. So if you recall, in 2016, when we had the public hearing out at Coastal Pines Technical College, we made an announcement then that we would not be accepting coal ash at all at Broadhurst in 2016, even though we were permitted to do so. We honored that commitment. And then earlier this year, I believe it was in January or early February, just a few months back, while this permit was still pending, we made an announcement as well that we were not going to be taking any coal ash in 2017. And then yesterday, we made the announcement that we are completely pulling back the 3 permits that are pending. Now, the question is, why did you guys make the decision to roll back the permits? And
I think that is the question.
Why? I think there were a lot of
age. Why?
I knew that was coming. I think there were a lot of different reasons and a lot of different factors.
Because we want to get the facts out now, because social media will take over this today, and they'll tell them what's going to happen.
That's
so
right.
Let's hear the official word from Republic Services.
Indeed. So we sit at the beginning of this process about a year and a half ago, probably a little less than a year and a half ago, that we wanted to be a good neighbor to the community. And that's just not a talking point that we put on a press release, and that's just not something that I come in here and say. We mean it. And we're going to be in this community a long time. The remaining capacity out at Broadhurst is in excess of 75 years. The waste footprint at the landfill is only about 260 acres, only about 92 of which are currently being used. So we're going to be around here for a long, long time. If we're going to be around here for a long, long time, and we are, we believed that pulling back right now on the permits was the best thing that we could do to relieve some of the tension, to clear the air, to start anew. And look, part of being a good neighbor is being a good listener. And we've had to do a lot of listening in the last year and a half. We've done we've also had to do a lot of educating as well, educating about what we do, how we manage waste out at the site. And I think all of those discussions and all of the list, all that's been productive. We've learned a lot. I certainly hope the community has learned a little bit more about how we do business and how we manage waste. I can tell you the team that we have out there, and I know you've been out there, and we've given a lot of tours to elected officials, to members of the news media, to residents of Wayne County, and I think they've been beneficial because almost to a man, when everybody leaves Broadhurst, after they get to see what it is that we do, and after they get to see the entire footprint, the entire facility, just about everybody in the last year and a half has left and said to us, we think you run a good landfill. We think you're good at what you do. We just don't want coal ash in Wayne County. And the first part of that means a lot to us. And, the team out there, they take great pride in what they do. They're very good at what they do. I think they're the best in the country at what they do. The community's lucky to have them. And, we think this will give us an opportunity. I hope it'll give us an opportunity. I think it will to expand on that. Because look, not only do we want to be a part of the community, we are a part of the community. And so this was a decision that we made, and we released it yesterday at 4:00. And I can sit here today and tell you there are no current plans to bring coal ash to Broadhurst, even though we're permitted to do so.
Again, it's been received with good news. I mean, the no coal ash at all people are very happy.
Indeed.
I got their statement today, and they mentioned the fact that they state in their statement that the Republic said they want to be a good neighbor, and this shows that they are good on their word. So at least it's being received well.
Indeed.
But again, the question still is why. I understand that Mr. Eisenhower met with Mr. Neesmith yesterday for quite some time. A lot of discussion there, and then papers been out in front trying to make sure that coal ash doesn't come here. So did the political pressure just get too much for Republic, or?
Well, I don't know that the political pressure got too much, Bob. I mean, there are always. It's a good question. There are always. There are a lot of factors that go into a decision like this. I mean, when the EPA made their ruling in October of 2015 on the disposal of coal ash, the EPA said and the reason first of all, let me back up a little bit. The reason the EPA made that rule is because the producers of the material, coal-fired power plants, were putting that material in what we call surface impoundments on site that were not lined facilities. And so there were two major breaches, one in Dan River, Virginia, and one in Tennessee, a TVA breach, and I believe it was Kingston, Tennessee. And those two breaches were part of the catalyst that prompted the EPA to change their ruling. And so what we do as a company is we manage waste. We're a solid waste management company. And again, we think we're the best at it. We think we're the best in the world at it. We take great pride in that. And so when the EPA made that decision, and they said coal ash has to go into a lined Subtitle D landfill. That's what we do. That's what we do. And so we filed the permit with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers through a subsidiary of our company for the rail spur permit out at Broadhurst. And then, over time, things change over time, and we're constantly, making evaluations and having discussions and decisions on what's best. What's best for us, what's best for the community. Can we find common ground? It became more and more apparent over time that it was going to be very, very difficult, if not impossible, to find common ground on this particular permit that we're withdrawing.
Right on that issue. Again, the county commissioners have to be happy as well. I know there's been a lot of discussions. As you mentioned, people in Wayne County commissioners, they know more about coal ash now than ever before. I mean, it's been an educational process for sure, but I think there's been several meetings or many meetings, and I know the Republic's worked closely with the county commissioners to try to resolve this issue as well. But they have to be happy about that.
We have, and I tell you, they've done a good job. I mean, they've been in a tough spot. The local elected officials are, we're in a tough spot with this, and I think they've handled it well. And look, as I said to somebody yesterday, there are communications channels and communication streams today that didn't exist a year and a half ago. There are relationships that I have in this community that I didn't have a year and a half ago. There are relationships that other members of our company have today that they didn't have a year and a half ago. I mean, generally speaking, when you're doing your job as a landfill operator, people don't really know you're there. And that's just the nature of the industry. And, nobody ever falls in love with a landfill, and we get that, right? We get that. But, we don't create the waste. We don't produce the wastes, but we dispose of it. And we do so with every precaution we can to protect the environment. And like I said, it's what we do. It's what we do as a company, and it just became apparent, Bob, over time that it was going to be incompatible to move forward and ever reach consensus. I mean, to the extent in the future that there are site modifications at Broadhurst, and that very well could include rail. I want to be clear about that. I mean, we did withdraw this permit, and there are no permits pending with respect to that, but the future might include rail expansion. And if it does, from our plans, we will engage the community, we'll engage the news media, we'll engage elected officials, and, we're going to learn from this experience. And we're going to take the lessons that we've learned in this experience to make us better in the future, and that's all we can do.
And as you mentioned, there is a possibility of the rail spur in the future, but that would be for bringing in garbage waste. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I mean,
this issue is definitely off the table.
Yeah, I mean, that's correct. There are no plans for coal ash right now. We do believe rail is safer and more efficient. We believe there's an economic benefit to the county as well. I mean, we return roughly $1 million a year to the county in host fees. And so if you're looking at efficiency and safety, rail is obviously safer, and it's hard to make an argument that it's not more efficient. Now, let me be clear, there are no plans as we sit here today for expanded rail, but there might be in the future. And if there are plans, we'll come to the community a lot earlier than we did this time. And like I said, we're going to learn from the lessons of the last year and a half, and we want to be a part of this community. We have at any time between 26 and 28 people that work out at Broadhurst, and most of them live here and in the surrounding counties. And, and we're going to be here for a long time. So if and when that happens, you guys will be one of the first to know about it.
That's what the problem was from the get-go. Start off in the beginning, nobody even knew the permits were being idioted and things like that. And so the community kind of got blindsided. So we got off to a bad start, and no one knows that better than y'all.
Indeed. As I said, being a good neighbor is being a good listener, and I can assure you, and I hope at a very minimum, even people who are against the permit that we had that was pending, I hope at a very minimum they've been able to see that over the last year, 15 months, that we have done a good job at listening. We have done a good job at getting out in the community. And I honestly believe moving forward, there's no reason to go back and and become a landfill operator in which nobody knows that you're there, even though that's how the industry generally works. That's not what's going to happen here, and I think that's a good thing, and I think we can take the good from that, and as I said, learn from it,
So what you going to do with the coal ash now?
Well, we haven't taken any coal ash in 6, 7, 8 years, and I will tell you, more and more of the producers of the material are making decisions to try to dispose of that material on their site, and nobody really knew that at the time the EPA made their ruling on coal ash, and so I can't speak for the producers, for the energy companies, but a lot of them are in the process of making plans to put line facilities, landfill facilities for coal ash on site. Other producers are still transporting it to Subtitle D landfills in close proximity to where it's produced, and also it's a good question, Butch. Also, less and less power today is being generated at coal plants than other sources of energy, and I think over time that will continue to be the case.
Okay.
And if you just joined us, Chip Lake with the Public Relations Department of Republic in the studios talking about withdrawing the permits again. She mentioned it's always about money, and as you said, it's a very beneficial landfill for the county as far as generating money. And again, it says returns roughly $1 million per year to Wayne County for waste accepted at the site, generates approximately $2 million in indirect benefits to the county annually. So again, it's been beneficial to Wayne County. They want a good working relationship, and hopefully this news today just improves that relationship going forward.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. I'm glad you mentioned that. I mean, some of the criticism we've taken over the last year and a half is, well, you guys just want to make money. We do have an obligation to our shareholders to turn profit, but if we are not managing these facilities in a responsible way, in a safe way, in a way that protects the environment, we don't turn a profit. The two go hand in hand. And so, we have had the opportunity, this process has given us the opportunity to, I bet there's more, let me put it this way, I bet there's more people in this community that have come out to visit Broadhurst than possibly any other of the communities that we serve. Possibly, I don't work in other states, and so I can't definitively say that. But there are benefits to that, and more and more people come and they ask questions about how we do business, about how we treat waste, about what we're doing with leachate, the water that comes through with rain and gets to the bottom of the landfill, how we treat that, how we extract that, how we take methane gas and flare it. These are all things that, for the most part, when people come to the site, they didn't know about. And candidly, Bob, when I started this process too with Republic, it was a learning experience for me, and I've learned more about this in the year and a half that I've been involved, and there's been much more to it than I ever would have thought, and it's been great. And I would encourage, on that note, we're having on April 22nd, Saturday is Earth Day, and we are having an open house, Amnesty Day, free trash disposal day on that Saturday. And we will have more details to release about that the week before. We'll be running ads.
I know a lot of folks look forward to that once a year when y'all do that, so they can take all their stuff out there and not have to pay the, what do you call it, tipping fee? Or
no tipping fee. That's
no,
right. They get a free hamburger and a hot dog, and if they want to tour the site, that they can. And look, to the extent that there were people in the community that did not want to come visit us because of our pending application, I would say, look, now there is no application. We're pulling back. Please come check us out. We'd love to see you on the 22nd and meet the landfill team. They're good people. They're the best at what they do. They take great pride at what they do, and they'd like to see you. And so we'd love to have as many people out as we could. As I said, I don't know the exact times yet, but we will be running announcements on this radio station. We'll be putting ads in the newspaper, and we'll be doing everything we can to let the community know the week beforehand.
Well, we do appreciate you coming in this morning. We've got another guest out there, and we want to get the pastor on in just a moment. But thank you so much for coming. I know, Bob, any final questions for him?
Just like I said, enjoyed our working relationship over the last couple of years. Again, appreciate you keeping me up to date with everything. And again, appreciate you giving me this announcement yesterday so we could get on today. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we're not going away, guys. I mean, we're withdrawing this permit, but we want to continue what we've been doing. So we thank you, and we look forward to an opportunity to be on in the future as well.
All right, sounds great. All right, 818 Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Well, there's a big Easter egg hunt coming up here in Wayne County. We're going to talk about it in just a moment.
Freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, get your move on this summer at Coastal Pines Technical College with free move on when ready classes that save you time and money when earning a degree. Graduates, don't waste your summer away. Get in, get out, get working with technical certificates that put you on the fast track to a profitable career. Going away to college? See Coastal Pines Technical College to learn a skill or earn a degree that supports you now and later. When you move out and move on, whatever you dream for your future, let Coastal Pines Technical College help make your dreams come true.
Are you wanting a fresh look in your kitchen, but afraid of the time and money it'll take to get the look you've always dreamed of? Do you find yourself watching home remodeling shows and wanting that new look in your home as well? Well, at Kitchen Tune Up, let us remodel your expectations. At Kitchen Tune Up, we can give you a fresh, updated look in your kitchen in less than 3 days. We can reface or redoor your existing cabinets, or let us redesign your kitchen with all new cabinets and countertops. Kitchen Tune Up is located inside your Sears hometown store in Jessup, servicing all of Southeast Georgia. Visit us at kitchentuneup.com or call us today for a free estimate at 912-424-8907.
All right, 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. And we got a big Easter egg hunt coming up soon. I guess that's what we're all going to be talking about. Pastor Calvin Ederson from Unity Church of God. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. A little windy.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a little windy today and tomorrow, so just be prepared for that. But we've got the annual WLOP, WIFO, Unity Church of God Easter egg hunt coming up on the Saturday before Easter. And we have got y'all in here this morning to talk about the details and the legwork y'all putting in and what's going to be going on.
Well, I got my children's pastors with me today, Freddie and Candace Coley, and I'm gonna let them kind of share with you. They've been working on it very hard, and Shelby and Lester Wilson, that does our youth pastors, they are working teamed up together. So I'm gonna let him kind of share with you what we got going on, and I think it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, y'all always put on a great one. Go ahead.
All right, it's going to be April 15th from 11 to 2. And we have a lot of stuff planned for the children. We're going to have pony rides. We're going to have horseshoes, face painting, sack races. We're going to try to put Pastor Calvin in a Duncan booth. Yeah, we have the Duncan booth. We hadn't told him about that part yet. Puppet shows. We're going to have Pass the Egg, which I'm going to let my wife tell you a little bit more about that. And the carrot toss. Peep, stack, attack. I'm going to let her tell you more about that. And we're going to have a bunny, a life-size bunny. They're going to be able to take pictures with it. And a photo booth. Yeah, it's real bunny. And we're feeding you hot dogs, chips, drinks.
And there's going to be thousands of eggs out there with prizes and candy and all kinds of great stuff in there for the eggs, for the 5,000?
No.
Is that right?
No. 4,999. I opened one and ate some candy.
Okay, 4,999 eggs out there for the different age groups, and I think we go from basically toddlers up to age 12, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, from toddlers up to age 12, different age groups get to hunt in different areas, so they can hunt with kids around their own age to be able to get all the eggs. There'll be prize eggs out there, hidden special prize eggs with special gifts that the kids will be able to get.
Correct. We've already got the gifts bags. We're also doing bingo. Like I said, we went out yesterday and set up the church for the for the booths and everywhere we wanted everything to be.
Okay, everything going to be outside, weather permitting, right?
Weather permitting, most of it.
Most everything. We'll still have the gym with
Yes.
all the activities inside it.
Yes.
And but weather permitting, everything will be outside with the food and the other activities inside the gym.
Correct.
At Unity Church of God on Sunset Boulevard, the annual WLOP, WYFO Unity Church of God Easter egg hunt, community-wide Easter egg hunt. It's for the entire community. And the good thing is, it's FREE free. You're not going to talk? She's not going to talk.
Free.
All right. Well,
that is a first that she does not talk.
I went there and did all that, put the mic in front of her, so I figured she was going to, because you said my wife's going to tell you about.
Yeah.
So I moved the mic over there. Go ahead and introduce yourself once again to everyone.
My name's Freddie Coley. I'm the kids pastor or the co-kids pastor at Unity Church of God. And this is my beautiful wife, Candace.
So Fred and Candace
Yes.
Coley, y'all the youth pastor at Unity Church of God.
Children's pastor.
Children's pastor at Unity Church of God.
Yes.
All right.
And we love it. We love our babies.
Okay. And how long have you been in the community?
Oh, 40-something years.
40-something
born
years.
here.
Oh, you're born here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And we've been going to Unity for several years. And when Pastor Tony left, we were good friends with him. So we just kind of filled the void.
Okay, well, sounds good. And so, folks, we want you to know, I mean, WLOP and WIFO, we've been putting on this Easter egg hunt since 1971. And several years ago, many years ago, Pastor George Moxley came to us and talked to us about us tying in with y'all's Easter egg hunt. With us doing the, some of the leg work, but mainly y'all doing it and us providing all the publicity on it. And so we decided to do that, and it's turned out great. And it's community-wide Easter egg hunt. And we begin at what time?
11 to 2.
11 a.m. on the Saturday before Easter. Once again, that date is April 15th.
Yes.
Starting 11 a.m. at Unity Church of God on Sunset Boulevard, the community-wide Easter egg hunt. And it's free to everyone. Kids, adults, everyone. You can leave your wallet at home.
Leave your wallet at home unless you
Just bring your driver's license.
Bring your driver's license.
I believe you can do that. Calvin, you've got to be excited about the Easter egg hunt. It always brings a lot of folks out there to the grounds of Unity Church of God, and we're just happy to be part of co-hosting this with y'all.
Hey, it's going to be good, and we're hoping that we're going to have some good weather where we can do it outside, and there's just more room where they, children, they got plenty of energy. So they need somewhere they can run and burn that energy off. But we do have a great day planned, and we're excited about it. And also, even WLOP helped with sponsoring as far as getting the eggs. Jessup Tire Shop, Silbles, they help with it. Orban's Lawn Care, and also Solid Rock Christian School at our
Rock
church.
Christian Academy, that's out there in the church.
They are helping with that too, so we appreciate what they're doing too.
Okay, so a lot of folks go into this. It is the community-wide Easter egg hunt that's been going on now for about 40 years and combined together now with Unity for at least the last decade, I think. And it's just going to be great. It'll be on the grounds of Unity Church of God, but it is a community-wide Easter egg hunt. Y'all just got a great facility there to be able to host it. For the first several years that we co-hosted it with Unity Church of God, we held it over at Bill Morris Park. And then Pastor Moxley and I were talking, let's just move it across the street. He said, we got this great facility there, great grounds there. Then we don't have to carry everything across the street. And
it's a lot easier.
So it's worked out a lot better there. And there'll be free food for everyone, bounce houses for the kids. And once again, go over the activities for everyone, if you would.
All righty. We're going to have pony rides. We're going to have some horseshoes, face painting, a sack race, the Duncan booth that we're trying to get Pastor Calvin in, the puppet show, and that puppet show will go on 3 or 4 times during that day. Pass the egg. It's a little game that they're going to be doing with plastic eggs, a carrot toss, a peep stack attack. I really don't know what that is. That's something my wife needs to tell me about. And then Sister Sonia's going to be doing the photo booth with not alive, but a life-size rabbit.
Okay. I've got it in the back there from last year's Easter egg hunt, but the different age groups, I think it's like 0 to 3, 4 to 6 or 7, and then from 7 to 12 or something like that. I can't remember. We got
It's like 5 different groups.
oh, they're going to be 5 different groups.
Age 0 to 1, they'll be a lot of their stuff will be on the gym stage.
That's right.
Age 2 to 3 will be on the playground. Age 4 to 6 will be around picnic benches. I think that's the ones out around the tree. Age 7 to 9 will be between what we call our Kid Planet and our gym. That'll be and then ages 10 to 12.
Again, they'll be out in the big area, so they got a big area to run around in.
Yes,
Because I remember that last year was a huge area for the older age group because they can hunt the eggs a lot better. But, 4,999 eggs because he had to go off and eat one. I'm like, we'll find some more candy to put in that plastic egg. We're just going ahead and set 5,000.
Okay. We just need
we'll just throw a couple of Hershey's.
we'll hide the egg.
Where Freddie won't eat it.
That's right. So we'll have 5,000 plastic eggs out there with prizes and candy inside of them for the kids. All these activities going on. It's going to be a fun day. It's absolutely free. It's on the grounds of Unity Church of God, but it is the community-wide Easter egg hunt that WLOP and WIFO started back in 1971 that we had at the Crack Williams Recreation Center for so many years. And then we tied in with Unity and had it at Bill Morris Park for a few years, and now for the last several years on the grounds of Unity Church of God. But it is for everyone in the community. It's free. It'll be on the Saturday of April 15th, the Saturday before Easter, starting at 11 a.m. Now, are you going to stagger the times of the hunts, right?
Yes, right.
All right. We'll start with one age group and then go to another age group. So if parents have kids in the different ages, they can watch their kids hunt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we got one more thing, if we got time for it.
We got time for it. Go ahead, Pastor.
This is where Bob comes in.
Bob comes in.
Oh, yeah. We're with YWA, that's Youth World Evangelism Action, is where we're raising money for a missions project. Every year, Youth Department with the Church of Gods in South Georgia, or all the Church of Gods really in all the states, we raise money for a mission project. This year it's in Coda, Columbia, and South Georgia Church of God Youth Department out of Tifton is putting on a golf tournament.
Oh, I thought you wanted Bob to go to Columbia and report on something.
I want Bob to come Sunday. We're going to have a drawing, and we're giving away 2 rounds of golf in this tournament. It's going to be July the 28th at 8:30 at Blueberry Plantation, and it's going to be a 4-man scramble. The entry fee is $1,000, but we are raising the money to pay for 2 teams to be in this tournament in July. And so you got to be there this coming Sunday at 10:45.
10:45, Unity Church of God at the service.
We're going to have the drawing, and your team, not your whole team if they can't be there, but somebody's got to be there to represent your team, put your name in the hat for the drawing.
Now, how many people are going to be on a team again?
4-man scramble.
So one of the 4 people have to be there. Now, how do they register for this?
Just when they show up.
Just when they show up, you register.
Be there to hand out tickets, and you'll get a ticket on Sunday morning. And it's 4 raffle tickets and lunch at this golf game.
And where is Blueberry Farms?
Alma, Georgia.
Sounds, Alma's known for the blueberries, so I figured it'd be over at Alma, the golf course over there.
And there'll be people from across South Georgia playing in this. And also they're going to be first, second, third place prizes. They're going to have the longest drive closest to the pin, and they're going to have a lot of gifts that they're going to be giving away that day. Feed them lunch. So
and how many teams are y'all going to send again?
2 teams.
Free.
And we've already
why are y'all doing this?
We're raising money.
You're raising money.
For Coda, Columbia, and what it is, they're trying to build a safe house for like young boys and girls because there's so much human trafficking going on.
Okay.
And this is just a project that the Church of God's taken on.
Oh, okay.
And so this is one way that we can give to people who ever want to participate and loves to play golf. And I think Bob plays a little bit.
Yeah, it does. He plays, he's like me. He plays military golf, left, right, left, right.
Well, that's kind of the way I play sometimes. But anyway,
the fairways are for wimps. See, those real men, we play in the woods and the sand traps and the rough and things of that sort.
Well, it's all about having fun, and what we're doing as far as raising the money. And anybody in the community, that's what we're here for, to invite the whole community. If you want to play golf, you got a team and you want to play, you be at Unity Church of God this coming Sunday. at 10:45, and we're gonna give those two games of golf away, and it will be July the 28th. It starts at 8:30 a.m. on July the 28th.
All right. Well, Pastor, we look forward to having you back in again next week to talk about the Easter egg hunt, and thanks for coming in. Pleasure meeting y'all. We got to get out of here.
Thank you.
All right. The world famous Butch Bob Show brought to you by Republic Services, by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, and by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, 832. Let's check in the latest news from Fox News Radio.